Let me say this right now. This ain't gonna be your average English lesson. And even considering that I've been teaching English for over 30 years, I ain't got no problem sharing this information with you. What I'm trying to say is, would you mind if I break some grammar rules today?
Welcome to another Happy English podcast coming to you from New York City. And here's your English teacher, Michael.
All right, thank you, John, and thanks, everyone. It's Michael here from Happy English, and I help people speak English better. And this is Happy English Podcast, episode 881, Speaking Natural, How Native Speakers Break Grammar Rules. Thanks for tuning in, and welcome back to the Happy English Podcast. So let me ask you this. Have you ever felt like your English isn't perfect because you make grammar mistakes? Or maybe you've heard native speakers talk and thought, wait, that doesn't sound like what I learned in school. Well, you're not alone. The truth is, native speakers break grammar rules all the time. Not really in writing, but definitely in casual conversation. And guess what? That's totally normal. It doesn't mean their English is bad. It just means the way we speak is different from how we write. So today, I want to show you how native speakers break grammar rules and why that's actually a part of sounding more natural when you speak. Let's jump in. Let's start with a sentence that always surprises listeners. There's tons of people at the beach today. Wait. Isn't tons of people plural? Shouldn't we say there are tons of people? Well, that's correct English grammar. But in natural, everyday conversation, most people just say there's, like there is, there's for both singular and plural. It's faster, easier, and honestly, most people don't even think about it. Like, when you look at a travel website, you might say, wow, there's so many options to choose from. There's so many options. Or, in a meeting at work, your coworker may tell the group, I don't know if we should go forward. There's a lot of problems with that plan. Is it grammatically perfect? No. But do native speakers say it? Absolutely. So if you hear someone say theirs with a plural noun, don't panic. That's just real-life English. Conditional sentences are another place where we break the rules. Let's say the room you're working in is too warm. Your textbook probably taught you to say, would you mind if I turned on the AC? Right? That's using the past tense after would you mind. Again, would you mind if I turned on the AC? But in real life, what do we often say? Would you mind if I turn on the AC? Yup, present tense. I know it's not what the grammar book says, but I hear this every day, and honestly, it sounds a little more casual and immediate. And you can say things like, would you mind if I take this seat? Or, would you mind if I open the window? Technically, took and opened are the correct forms. But in everyday conversation, people often skip the past tense. Of course, if you're writing formally, like for an exam or an email to your boss, it's better to use correct grammar. Like, would you mind if I left the office at 4:30 tomorrow? But in natural speech, Would you mind if I leave the office at 4:30 tomorrow? You've got a little more freedom, and I think that's pretty cool. Next up, here's a fun one. Double negatives. I remember when I was a kid, my high school teacher hated double negatives, and for good reason. This is not standard grammar. Your English teacher now would tell you it's wrong. But in some dialects of American English, and especially in more informal or regional speech, double negatives do show up. Like, do you know who broke the window? Nope. I don't know nothing about that. We sometimes use double negatives for emphasis. Like, if your friend invites you to go to Las Vegas, you can decline the invite by saying something like, I'd like to go, but I ain't got no money for that. And the other day, I was surprised to hear that Lily, who has been all over the world, ain't never been to New York. Now, I'm not saying you should use double negatives in your English conversations, but you will hear them, especially in casual speech, TV shows, movies, and music. Like that old song,
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone.
So when you hear double negatives, just know they're common in informal English. They're not for formal writing or exams, but they're out there. Ain't that interesting? Speaking of ain't, yeah, let's go there. Ain't is a classic example of grammar rule breaking in everyday English. It's super informal. And ain't is used instead of am not, is not, are not, has not, or have not. Like, I ain't ready yet, which is a casual way of saying I'm not ready yet. Or he ain't got time for that. He doesn't have time for that. Or, as Dean Martin once sang,
Ain't that a kick in the head?
Again, ain't is not formal English. You wouldn't use it in a job interview or school essay. But in everyday conversation, and especially in certain areas of the US, it's super common. So there was tons of examples in this lesson. Would you mind if I stop here? I don't got no more to tell you. Ain't that a shame? Now, let me say this loud and clear. Some people may tell you that the examples I gave you today are no good, and this kind of breaking the grammar rules is how uneducated people speak. Well, you don't have to speak this way to be fluent, but understanding this style will help you speak and listen more naturally. You'll understand movies and TV shows better. You'll feel more confident in real conversations. And when you're ready, if you're ready, you can start to use some of these patterns yourself. And just to be clear, none of this means you should forget grammar rules. Think of it like this. Grammar is the foundation, and natural speaking style is the house you build on top. So, build that house and decorate it with real-life English. So here's your challenge. Try using one or two of these phrases in your own English this week. Ask someone at a cafe or a fast food joint, "Would you mind if I sit here?" It's okay. Nobody's gonna call the grammar police on you. And hey, if you want to practice the English from this and all of my podcasts with me and a group of other awesome English learners, come check out my Podcast Learners Study Group. We meet once a week to go over the language from these podcast lessons together. It's a great way to build confidence and improve your speaking. Just check the link where you are listening to this podcast right now, or visit myhappyenglish.com and choose podcast 881 for more info. Thanks for listening, and remember, learning another language is not easy, but it's not impossible, and I'm here to help you on your journey.
This podcast was brought to you by Happy English. Please visit myhappyenglish.com. Show your support for Happy English by leaving us a review. Get English, get happy, Happy English.